Hello, right, coming up is a video on the Peugeot Boxer Auto Sleeper. It's a camper van we bought to replace, there it is, we bought it to replace the Bongo, just because we wanted something we could stand up in and some more room. On purchasing it, it had 3 months MOT, so we used it for 3 months. I could see that there was a few little holes in the sills, not a massive amount, but I put my finger through in a few places. The seller assured me that he took it for a pre-MOT and they told him it should pass with no problems whatsoever. Never, ever, ever trust the seller. You've got to go off your own eyes. Don't trust a word they say, because if you've seen my other videos, you've seen that the van was running rich. There's no way it would have passed an MOT with how rich up it was running. The petrol fumes was mad because it had got a vacuum hose missing from off the intake, so it was just sucking air in it. It couldn't get the air fuel mix right, and it was crazy. It was sucking fuel through like no man's business. The other thing is the window wipers, they don't work on the first setting, so the first intermittent setting doesn't work, which I'm currently trying to sort out. It's shut the bonnet, but currently looking at the window wiper motor to sort that out. But the main thing was the rust. The rust was horrendous, and I did get under there, did have a quick look, but he's telling me it's okay, oh, don't worry. He was an old chap, he must have been in late 60s. You know, his wife was there, they lived in a nice house, believing everything they say. Water heater didn't work, that blew off, and that's nothing to do with the MOT, but he told me everything worked. It didn't. The rust would never ever have passed an MOT. Both sills need completely rebuilding. One inner sill complete and one outer sill complete, and just one outer sill and a small piece on the inner sill on the other side. They both needed doing, and that's what's in this video. I'm going to be fixing, well, me and my dad, because of time, I'm going to be fixing the inner and outer sills on this, and getting it ready for the MOT. Also, there's a horn problem, which I'll show you how we fix that as well. But keep watching, please like, please subscribe, help us grow the channel. Stuff on Land Rovers, stuff on campers, stuff on the Bentley, stuff on all sorts of stuff. So please like and subscribe. Carry on.
The other thing that I think it will fail on is the sills. The sills are pretty bad, so I'll show you them now. Been trying to put it up on the ramps here, but doing that on your own is very difficult to get it up on 2 ramps at once. As you can see, it's only just on that one. So my dad's coming in a bit just to help me get it on the ramps, get it into position. These are new ramps that I've bought off Amazon. I'll put a link in the description to them. They're the type of ramps that you can drive up onto, and then there's a little jack in there that you can pump the ramps up and get it even higher. Just because this won't go on our lift with the height of it and the ceiling and stuff, it's just not going to go on there, so I'm going to have to do it on the floor. But I'll show you the sills now and what we're going to do. Right, so front of the sills here, all solid. Been done in the past from this point, I think. You can see this at the back. There's a lot of underseal on there. You can straight see the rust start to come through underneath that there, look. And then down here, and watch, if you look at this, I can't see, couldn't see that passing MOT. The inner sills I'm hoping are okay. It feels good under the car, but you never know until you start poking. Poked a hole in it here, right through there, right through both sides there. You can see light through that one like a bullet hole. All along here, look, it's gone. And he said, no, it'll definitely pass an MOT. And I said to him, why didn't you get an MOT on anything? It's going to take you for pre-MOT, and they say it's going to pass. Pay the 45 quid, 50 quid, whatever it is, and get an MOT. And you'd have got way more money for it. So anyway, that is the situation. Just while we're waiting, while I'm waiting, not you, you don't need to wait. You can fast forward if you like until my dad gets here. But I'm going to show you a few upgrades that we've done on it while we was going camping and stuff, just to make it a bit nicer for us. So we'll go through them now as well while we wait. Sorry, so this hanging here, it was drying, that's why it's hanging there, but that is the windscreen's cover. So we bought that off eBay. What did I buy? I think I bought that off Amazon. I'll put a link to the description in the description about that as well. So that goes around your windscreen, around there. Just keeps all the light out. It isn't thermal, but we have got curtains as well, so I just bought a black one. We closed the curtains. The other thing we bought, it's a little bit dark in here because of it, are these thermal rear window ones, because the curtains was okay, but they let light in the morning and got you up really early, which we don't want to do when we're on holiday. So we did that as well. The other thing we did is solar power. So you can see up there, we've got a solar controller. And we've got two 200-watt solar panels on the roof, so we've got 400 watts of solar power going directly down to the battery under the seat, which needs replacing, because as you can see, it's at 5.9 volts. So that battery has had it. The other thing we did, you've seen in my other video that the water heater, which is down here, exploded when we was away, and it was no good. So what we did was we fitted a new heater inside there. You can see that panel there. When the car's plugged in, it only works off electric, not off gas, but it's brilliant for a plug-in, and works the shower and the hot water in the bathroom and in on the sink there. So it's inside there. I will show you at some point, but just showing you what we've done at the moment. That lights up and it's instant water heater. The water runs through, it's heated and straight out the taps. So we fitted that as well, just to make it nice. I did buy that off Amazon. I'll put a link in the description to that. And that is a nice water as well. I will do a bigger video on that, showing you what we did and how we fitted it. If you want to see it, put it down in the comments and I'll do it a bit sooner rather than later. And that's it at the moment we've done inside. So yeah, solar panels, all that sort of stuff. There's no cup holders in here, which is a nightmare, so we bought them 2 cup holders. Them was off Temu, I think, so we'll see how them go. They've left. And that's it really. So let's get it up on these ramps and let's get cutting and welding. I'm going to go and see if I can find the sill pack, just to make sure I've got the right sills before I start cutting these sills off. I think this is them here. Yes, that's a full set of sills in there, I'm hoping, for this van. So I'm going to pull them out and put them up against the car and see if they are the right set of sills to do. So I found the sills. This one is, you can probably can't read that because it's probably backwards, but that's the sliding door sill. It says for a Ducato 94 2006, which is the same body as the Peugeot Boxer. So these have got to go on there, and you can see it's a full sill with the ends on it. It's in section as well, because we have got more of it down there, look. So we've got the complete rear panels, you can see there. Right, so here we am. So far. So I've got a repair panel knob, you can see this, which is here. Now this says it's off the same year, but for the Ducato. But I've noticed that this here is in the wrong position, so the sliding door must be on the other side on a Ducato. So this panel is for there. Bear in mind, he said that he had this car checked and it would have passed an MOT, he reckons. Raining rust. So look at all that. Pretty sure he wouldn't have passed an MOT. But we're going to cut this section out. I'm going to put this in. Now I'm not going to, because this is the wrong way around and that is in the wrong place, like it there. It's here, you can sort of see there, you probably can't see, but it's there, and mine would end up there. So, because I think it's solid up here, I'm going to look at cutting down there, along this entire length there, down there, and we're going to do the same on this, along there, and weld it in that position. I think that's the way to go, for ease of doing it, and just go idle. But anyway, we need to see what the back of it's like anyway, so I'm going to get the grind. Look at that. It is actually solid, it's just, I can bend it. So I'm going to get the grinder, I'm going to cut all this off, I'm going to see where we are. Now I've got no eye defenders because I can't find them, and I've got no ear defenders because I can't find them either. So, health and safety out the window. Right, so I've gone all along there. I didn't film the entire thing because it'd be boring. Oh. That's not looking too hot inside there. Looks like I'm going to have to rebuild that inside there as well, which I wasn't expecting. But always expect the unexpected when you're dealing with rust. So it looks like it's still actually attached. Oh, I might have missed a bit there. Okay. So, let's show you inside here. That back panel isn't actually too bad along the top. The bottom edge is gone. This is the worst bit here. So I'm going to have to redo that. Probably that section there as well. Obviously I've got to do this bit with a hole in it there. So I'm going to cut that off as well. And it looks like I'm going to have to go along the bottom of this to get it off. It always looks so brutal when you're doing this, but let's face it, it's no good. Passing the next MOT, my arse. So, looks like a full rebuild on that sill. Not just the little bits that I was expecting. That looks like filler there. Yeah, look. Filler. So I might need to have to rebuild a section of that as well. But I have got all the panels to do that. The only thing that I don't have is the rear panel here. Oh shit. Piece of steel in my finger. Oh. Come out, yeah. The only thing I haven't got is this rear section and this lower section. So I'm gonna have to make that out of some plate. But I'll carry on getting all this off. I might have to cut that bit, don't look like it's gonna snap. Is it? Oh, it is. It's like it's been at the bottom of the sea. I'll cut along there, but you can see where I'm at with that. What I might be able to do is, because I'm cutting off at this section here to do the sill from there down, because this is all solid, I can use this bit that I'm cutting off here to rebuild the back of this. Try filming it to rebuild the back of that. So that has really hurt me, that has. Look, it's bleeding. Oh, and I got stabbed there as well. Rusty metal, I need tetanus. So I'm going to do it a section at a time anyway. I'm going to do this entire piece here. I'm going to get some rust converter and everything that I can that still seems relatively solid, and then I'm going to cut out anything else that doesn't seem solid, which is most of it. But underneath, as you can see, the rest of it's all pretty good. It's just the sills. So let's get on with cutting all this out as well. I mean, you can hear it. It's absolutely solid up there though. Inside there, look, it's solid, which is great news. So it hasn't travelled any further than the sills at the moment. So, and these sills feel solid at the back. It's just the bottom piece that's gone. So let's get to rebuilding anyway. It's not just going to be as simple as welding the sill on. It's the inner sill and a bit of this lower section as well. It's going to need doing. Probably the same along here. But that inner sill does feel much more solid. But like I say, I might as well cut this bit off. I might as well cut that bit off as well. I'll go and cut that bit off. So the next step is to cut off this rear section of the sill. It's dropped down a bit. This grinding does more glasses no favours. At least they're going directly nice. Oh, now you can see even worse there. So I'm gonna cut all this out here. Try and leave the good steel in. So to about this section along there, and then I can look at plating that, but I'm gonna have to have this out as well. Look at this vehicle has got quite a big chassis, so it's all still supported. Right, sit rep. As you can see, we're out now. This is pretty rotten still. So yeah, what we've decided to do is I'm going to use this part of the sill here on that for the outer section of the sill, and because I'm cutting this piece off here, I'm going to cut this off, all this weak edge, and I'm going to re-weld. Well, I'm going to weld this piece here in there with that lip down to do this piece, and then the outer piece to it. But obviously I'll weld this back piece in here, and then I'm going to get some flat. I haven't got anything long enough, but I have got some pieces that I can cut, that I can weld to that, and then weld the outer sill to it to make it strong. So I'm just going to get rid of as much of this as I possibly can. Bad times when you got to sweep your car off the floor. But man, look at all that. Just making a space because I'm going to lie underneath it now and see if I can cut in a straight line and get that cut. Right, so now I'm going to cut along this top line here. This corner you can see. I'll leave that lump on, which is that lump there, but even when that's on, it sits nice along with the bottom of this, and it'll be a bit more strength and a bit easier to weld. So I'm going to leave that on, and then I'm going to use the inner piece, this piece here, to reconstruct the back of it. And I'm going to reconstruct the back first, and then I'm going to reconstruct the inside for strength, because there's a step here, so it's going to have strengtheners along there, and then we'll do the outer step. Right, so here's the panel that I have cut. We won't put this one on yet, but this one will be going. This one will be going here. Look, so we're gonna have a double bubble there, but I just feel that it comes down a bit better, comes down a bit lower to where I want it to be. So I'm gonna double bubble there. And then we're going to use the inside that I've cut off, hopefully. And the first fit, let's have a look. Let's have a watch out. Me looks too big for me now. This was hoping would go something like that. And reconstruct that inside inner sill. Looks alright actually. And we can reconstruct that inner sill, and then all I've got to do is patch in between there to reconstruct the inside supports for the step, and then hopefully this will weld to that on the inside. With a nice solid structure, I'm hoping. This, if you can see this, can you see this? Yeah, that's like an outrigger. The end's a bit gone on, so we're gonna have to try and do that as well. But yeah, that's where I'm at. There we go, something like that. That's got to be down this way, like that. And that should sit nicely. Like that. Roll it to that back piece. Just one more test fit of this. Yeah, should I go over that? If I go over the top of that, what do I go underneath it like that? Get in. Hang on. Go underneath it like that, and I can run the welds along there, smooth them off and paint it. Or I can cut these little corners off here and I can sit it on top of that, and I can run the weld along the door, but the door is pretty close fitting. The only thing I could do is to plug weld it on there. That means drilling a million holes. So I think I'm going to go with what I said and have it just a little bit lower than it would have been normally, just by putting two curves in it like that. I think it butts up against there quite nice, and I'm just hoping that I can butt weld that, because we have got a few little gaps I'll have to trim to get a little bit closer. We'll see how we go. Right, this is a couple of days later. Sorry I haven't filmed all this, but my dad come and he has made up some bits to get this welded together. So we welded a panel on the inside, on the inner sill, and underneath there, you probably can't see, but it's under there. And then we've put these strengtheners in here, because this is where the step is, and then we've got this lip, and the front will go on there. So I'm going to go along and weld all this together and get that all strung. And then you can still see we've got this section to contend with there, which is pretty bad. And then there's the other side. So I'm going to get welding and see how we go. Right, here we are a couple of days later. My dad's been doing some work on it. I've been doing a bit of work on it. We've now rebuilt the sill itself, the outer sill and inside. We used a bit of angle there, and we've spotted it all the way along, all the way to the back. We used a couple of pieces of angle there just to give it a bit more strength. So I'm going to go underneath, and we're going to finish welding the bits underneath the car under here. And then I'm going to put the front on, and I will show you a video of me putting the front on and what I'm going to do to the outer sill. And now I'm going to put it on, but me under the car welding, it's not going to be very interesting. So I've got a little light set up there that my dad's put under there. I'm going to get under there, turn the welder on, and get finishing off the underside. Hello, this will seem like it's 2 minutes later, but it's actually over a week later, because I've been so busy in the shop that I've been unable to do much more work on it. Not saying that anything has been done, because the International Rescue Peter, the pumpkinator, has come and welded the outer sill on. So unfortunately, you've seen the start but not the end, which I didn't want to do. I did want to film it all, but it also needs to be done, because we don't want to sit in here. We want to get away in it. We want to have holidays in it. So now this is all welded on, which I'll show you. All the inside is welded, the underside it's had a new, we've like double strengthened it. I'm not sure what I showed you because it's been a while, but we sort of used some angle in there as well. So it's got the rear section done, but it's done twice because I did it, and then we did some more metal over it just to make it stronger, patch it up nicely. And then we did the angle in there as well, which would have been the sort of center part of the sill. You got 3 parts: an inner part, an inside part, and an outer part. And we've done the inside part, inner part, and the outside part. We've done it in thicker steel, and this is how the outside looks. So as you can see there, new sill. We've done that section as well there, because after we'd done to that point, which is as long as that sill was, we noticed that point wasn't brilliant, so we've done the front and back of that. The front is perfect. And it's all good down there now, and the rear section has been done just in front of the wheel. The front section's fine, and this section under the door is absolutely fine as well. The other thing we've done is, if you've watched previous videos, you'll know that after I did the gearbox, I said that I thought the gearbox had become noisy after the oil change. I thought it was droning, but I found it was this rear wheel bearing, because you could spin that and it was super noisy and rough, and it had play in it. So I've done the wheel bearings on this side, well, partly me, part my dad. The other side I'll show you what we're doing and how it's done. It has already been took apart, but I can explain how that's been done as well. So we're going to show you that on there, and then I'm going to turn the van round and cut the section out on the other side that needs doing, and this just needs painting up and a bit of seam sealer, and then hopefully, oh, the other thing that doesn't work is the horn. So there's the horn to do, and then hopefully we can book it in for an MOT and we can get away just before the end of the season, Halloween break. Haven do really cheap holidays over the Halloween break, and you can get the passes and stuff, so we'll probably go to a Haven. But yeah, I'll show you what's going on this side. Right, you know, I said most of the sill looks good apart from one section. I've got some of the sill in my eye, but as you can see, not so much. That bit's quite solid, but here, which looked solid, is not solid. You know that little hole that was down there? It's now quite a big hole. So a little bit worse than anticipated. And we haven't even got halfway up the sill yet. But shall we have a look here? Ooh. I like the sound of that. Oh. Not so much there. One thing is though, apart from this section up here, which is where the water comes out of, your disposal of water, like, what's it called, blue, black, crow's nose, whatever colour water comes out there, mostly brown, comes from that tank over there, you can see. And you get drips and stuff, which probably does it no favours, and also the filler for the water is up there, which is probably why it's gone in these sections. But yeah. It's a piece of cut. Look at that. Absolutely solid up there. But not up there. So anyway, I need to start with the bit that I need the wheel off for, which is that bit. So I'm going to get the grinder, I'm going to start cleaning that up and see if I can get a bit of, get all the rust cut out and get a bit of steel folded and welded around there. First things first though, I have moved it, so we need to remember to unhook the battery again. This has got a weird, it's the little red one. And the stick is here. There we go. And I just rested it on so I could move it about. So let's get them off. I've also unhooked the leisure battery. Not that it don't matter to the leisure battery, because the leisure battery's shagged and it's going to have a new one anyway. Okay, so we need some cutting discs. I'll just use the battery grinder for this, and we'll stick some extra thin cutting discs on there, and we'll cut out what we need to at that back wheel. I'm going to need to answer tighten this, and then I'll show you once I've cut out what I've cut out. Right, so the first piece I've got to do is that big. So we're going to find a spot where I can get the most steel out of this thing, because I'm running short on this thickness. We've got a lot of the big pieces, but it really needs to be done with this, to be honest. And then I'm going to cut that out, and I'm going to weld that in and build it up. It's going to have to be done in 2 sections down there. The hole is bigger than I thought, but I'm just going to cut these pieces, then I'm going to treat it, and then I'm going to weld it on. Right, so I've welded all that, which I'll show you in a sec. I'm going to see if the milk's any good, because I could do with a cup of tea and a biscuit. Taste test says milk's okay. And save washing up, we've got a new cup, so I can just use the new cup, which is brilliant. Tea making. Tea bag, in cup. Sweeteners. 1, 2, 3. Did 3 even come out? 2 come out. Oh yeah, there's 3. I see them. Look at 4? Nah, 3. Oh bollocks! I'll drop the sweetness down there. I better get them, else everybody will be getting, where's the sweetness? While that steeps, I'll show you what I've done. So the corner was worse than anticipated, as usual. I just need to get it done, so I didn't film all the cutting and everything. But we used cardboard aid design. We found that these Amazon, that's a bit of a dump over there, ignore that. Found that these Amazon packets, them are absolutely excellent. And shit, cardboard aid design. What was that just fell? Oh, it was this light. But I have already, this light's already broken. It's brand new. I was welding, and a spark came off the welder, landed on the glass, and it exploded. But the light still works. So sorry, Dad. He's just bought this, and I've broke it already. Works. And there's what I've done. Not that you can see much, but welded a patch, 2 separate patches because of the way it was, and it's nice and solid now. And painted it up, and that's all good. So next I'm going to put the wheel on, and I'm going to turn it round because it's easy to work on it from the other side. Right, this is the first real look under this side. Oh, it's all been redone here, which is a bonus. So all the front is good. That's a new piece there, albeit just welded directly over the old piece, it seems. Just to get it through, I would have thought, well, I mean, I don't want to look there at the moment, but inner sill, they're good. Let's get the wood up here a bit. Let's move that out the road. Shove it up there for now. Where's my poking stick gone? Oh, that is. I don't poke that too hard. Amazingly, inner sill there is all looking good as well. The rust, sorry, I'm filming none of this. Has that just been stuck on there? I don't think it's been welded on. Oh, there, look. So round the outrigger here. It's crushed to this side. But the rest of it is in pretty good nick. Here comes the rest of them. It's all been done at the front over there as well, for obviously the last time I'd say. We've done all that over there. So that's all been done. It's different on this side because of the step. But it's all solid now anyway. So, looks like this side may be a little bit easier. Because, like I thought it was going to be on the last one, it all depends on when we get this outer sill off. So we've got a bit there as well. When we get this outer sill off, what the sill on the middle is like. It's had a patch there and a patch there, but it's solid. And it's had, looks like that might have been done, look there, in the past. Okay, anyway, I'm going to have to start cutting at this. Right, so I'm going to decide what I'm going to cut out of here. Got to be careful on this side because I've felt up here and we've got pipes. There's pipes running through. So I'm going to have to be careful what's going on here and where I'm cutting. But I mean, this is the worst bit here. I don't know whether to do the same as I did and just replace the entire piece because I've got it, or patch it up. I think I might replace the entire piece. But first things first, I've got to go through this without cutting them pipes, which are water pipes, I think. But I can feel up the back of this, it's all delaminated and rusty, even though it feels solid there. Where's my screwdriver? A piece of pipe. I'll keep going anyway, there's no point filming. Right, that's what we've got there with the sill off. So somebody has obviously done it in the past there, you can see. Got a sticker on it. So it has had sills before. I mean, for a van that's done 41,000 miles, it's had a lot of work done to it. But we're keeping it on the road and we're doing it again. So we'll get these sills on, but I'm going to leave that video there for now. There's the new sill to go on. Obviously I'm going to cut that rust out the back. I'm going to put a new piece in there. Make it solid. We're going to put some rust converter on there as well. Get all the rust off that we can with a wire wheel. And then we'll carry on welding. And then I'll see you in the next one. After all the cutting, this is where we are. The back, this bit is solid, so I'm going to keep that. Then that bit's being welded in there. There's another piece that needs to be welded in there, and then the front can go on. That bit in there, like that. I'm using this thick 3mm stuff. That will just give it a bit more strength as well. But the rear bit, surface rust, but it is pretty solid. So we're going to weld to that anyway. There's a little hole there that we're going to sort out. But other than that, it's coming on good, and it's a little bit easier than the other side. Right, so Dad's got all that welded nice and solid. So I've got some rust converter here, which I'm just going to paint on. I wanted it a bit bigger tub, but it's all a go. I prefer the spray as well. But straight onto the bit that you don't need painting on, and I'm going to paint all that with rust converter, and then I am going to do it with weld through primer, and then we're going to look at welding the front piece on. And what we're going to do with the front piece is, we're going to drill holes in the body all the way along there, then we're going to tuck it up the back, and we're going to plug weld it all the way along the top. We're going to grind them off and paint it, and you will see the gap of where the point at where it's connected. So I'll get all this painting on, leave it till tomorrow, and then that should all convert back from rust to something a bit more solid. Right, so after all the work has been done, this has been going on over a week, so never sure what I filmed and what I haven't filmed, but we've got a new sill along there all the way. I know it's difficult to see, but a new sill all the way along there. The paint is now dried. That's all solid, and the other side is also solid. These ramps took a bit of a beating. Got a bit of a bend on them now, but like I say, you're supposed to generally, I would have thought, drive up them with two wheels, front or rear, not on a side. Same out. And this side, which I've just got to paint, is also all done. It's been seam sealed. You can see along the bottom it's been welded, so both sides, the inner on this side and the outer on the other side, full outer sill and a piece of inner on the other side's been done. But that's all sorted now, so I'm just going to paint that up, and then I'll just quickly show you what we've done with the horn, why that's not working, and maybe have a look at this new battery that I've bought. Okay, so that's all painted down there. So all the welding work is done as far as I can see. I hope they don't find anything on the MOT. I can't point this on the lift because it's so big and tall, we can't get up there. So I hope they don't find anything else on the MOT. If they do, we'll have to have it back and weld it. But I'll just show you the problem with the horn. Right, the horn wasn't working at all. Beep, beep, nothing. We cleaned these connections on the horn and everything, but it turned out to be the connections underneath the steering wheel. So you have to take the big nut off that's down there, and then pull the steering wheel off, and then there's a connection between the steering wheel and the steering column. Just clean that connection or bend them up if they're not touching anymore. Put the steering wheel back on, and the horn works again. We have fitted a new horn just to make sure that the old horn wasn't the problem in the first place. We fitted a new horn, it still didn't work, so then we did this. And I'll show you the new horn that we've fitted. Obviously we've been in the fuses, check the fuses for the horn, and the other thing that doesn't work is the so when you put the window wipers on, the first one, which should be intermittent, does nothing. Now we've had the motor out and we've checked the motor, and we can't see any problems, but we've checked, and it is getting
12 volts from the switch to the motor, so the switch is working, so it's got to be the motor. So I've ordered a new motor, 28.99 off eBay, and we're going to put a new motor on it. So I'll do a video of me putting the motor on. I won't do that now because this is getting pretty damn long. Where's the catch on this? It's a little red one. Here it is. There we go. So we've just fitted the new horn there. The old one is down below. It's sort of in that area of the bumper there. Just below the light. So the light's there and the horn's there. So we fitted a new horn there. The bumper closes, the bonnet closes on it, and the horn is working like it should. So all we've got to do before Wednesday, when the MOT is due, is steering wheel back on, horn press back on, fuse box put back together, and put this new wiper motor in, which is here. So we will do a video on that before we take it in. And then we've got the solar panels and stuff like that. The next thing I want to do is get all these old decals off, and we're going to re-sticker it up. But we'd like to go away in it once more. If we can get it MOT'd, we'd like to go away in it once more before the season sort of ends. And then I can get it in there and fix stuff like this. You've got some paint peeling off there, and like I say, all the decals.